run up on your boy. 엉덩이 빵빵빵 남자들은 탐탐탐 내 입술.
In today's pandemic-ridden age, online learning is a must. Online learning is a way for people to learn while still doing a part in flattening the curve. Online learning is facilitated by using online delivery tools such as Google Meet and Google Classroom. It is mandatory because essentially every company and every governmental institution and even school institution uses them for the learning. Our particular group will talk about Google Meet and Google Classroom.
Google Classroom is a learning management LMS designed to make creating, distributing, and creating a lesson as well as engaging students in online or remote learning easier. Google Classroom is a free program that allows students and teachers to interact, collaborate, and organize, manage their assignment, and the most important thing is go paperless. Educators can utilize a Google account to conduct a virtual classroom, invite students to leave instructions, and keep track on student grade. The only applications that designed particular for student and teacher is Google Classroom. Google Drive is used to create and distributing assignment, and Gmail is used for classroom communications, such as document, search, slide, site, Earth calendar, and Gmail are all supported by the new tool set for the editing document uploaded to Google Drive via the web. Google Classroom, the first release on 12 August 2014. It became a part of Apps for Education. Since Google Classroom is a web-based program, viewers can use it from almost any device that has a web browser. Most processing takes place on Google, and even other devices can handle the majority of Google results. Due to the COVID-19, schools all over the world convert to remote learning in Google Classroom. So, this is make increase in the use of Google Classroom. The app for iOS and Android device as well as Mac, PC, and Chromebook. Google Classroom is an excellent way to expose students to online for obtain material and communicating or collaborating in a self-contained, secure, and easy to use environment. The great thing about Google Classroom is self-contained, meaning that only people in your domain can use it, which is school-age children, more privacy. However, due to the privacy regulations, you will be unable to share your classroom with another outside your school. If this option is enabled, guardian will receive the email summaries or their student
This is the
progress.
advantages of Google Classroom. Number 1, easy to set up in a few steps. You can set up a very basic Google Classroom class in minutes, but anticipate taking some time to create online learning that is useful for both students and teachers. Google offers training videos to walk you step by step through every detail, including best practices for an excellent classroom experience. Number 2, no work is lost. Students cannot lose work if it is not physically there, because they are frequently working on Google Drive and everything is instantly saved. With a few brief lectures on how to correctly use these internet tools, students can achieve more organizational success. Number 3 is no need for paper. There may be a time when grading papers is unimaginable, But Google Classroom is clearly interested in getting there as quickly as possible. By centralizing e-learning resources in a cloud-based repository, you may become paperless and eliminate the need to print and distribute.
The advantages of Google Classroom. Number one is editing problem. When you create an assignment and you distribute it to learners, learners become owner of the document and they are allowed to edit it. That means that they can delete any part of the assignment they want, which could cause problem even if it happens accidentally. The second one is no automated updates. Activity feed doesn't update automatically, so learner will need to refresh regularly in order not to miss important announcement. Last but not least is no automated quiz and tests. One of the main reasons that Google Classroom cannot yet fully replace your learning management system is that it doesn't provide automated quiz and tests for your learners. And in general, Google Classroom is more suitable for a blended learning experience than a fully online program.
So today, we are talking about Google Meet. So first of all, what is Google Meet? Okay, so Google Meet is a video chatting services designed primarily for business and office use, which lets collect chat over video and text. It is developed by Google. It is one of two apps that constitute the new version of Google Hangouts. Others being Google Chat. Google planned to begin retiring the classic version of Hangouts in October 2019, and initially Google ran Meet as a commercial service in April 2020. Google started rolling it to free users as well, causing speculation about whether the consumer versions of Google Meet would accelerate the deprecation of Google Hangouts. Google describes Meet as a video meeting experience with one goal: make joining meeting effortless. The company wanted to improve Hangouts to make it easier and faster for people who start and join video conference. Okay, so Google Meet, also known as Google Hangout Meet, built to let dozens of people join the same virtual meeting and speak or share video with each other from anywhere with internet access. Okay, so it means for use by businesses and other organizations, and it's a great way for colleagues who don't work in the same building to communicate. So a Google Meet organizer can share whatever is on their screen with everyone on a call, and any participants can send their own audio or video feed at any time, participating however they want. You can find it at meetgoogle.com, and it's run in the browser if you are using in
Hi! So for the next part, we will talk about the advantages of using Google Meet. So one of the advantages of using Google Meet is Google Meet is actually free for all Google users. So Google Meet is a free service for all Google users that have Google account. So in a free version, the number of participants that can fit in one meeting is up to 101 participants. Plus, contrary to Zoom, Zoom only limits their users to use the meeting for only 40 minutes long, but Google Meet, they can use this virtual meeting up to 60 minutes or 1 hour. Plus, users with Google accounts can easily access this Google Meet since it was linked to other Google services such as Google Classroom, Google Drive, and others. So the next advantage is Google Meet is very easy to use. So this platform is available as a web software or a separate mobile application. So when you click the link, it will either open you a web browser or it will open you an app that will take you to the meeting. So we can deny that Google Meet is very easy to use. from launching the platform and producing the links, and also sending the link invitation to other people, where you can either copy paste it on WhatsApp or just send it by email. Lastly, the video and audio qualities of Google Meet and also the overall performances of Google Meet. So in these platforms, the standard resolution for sending and receiving video feed is actually 360 pixels. But bear in mind that the users can change it to up to 720 pixels according to their internet connectivities. And for the overall performance itself, of course it was influenced by other factors such as internet connectivities and also the hardware itself. So the overall performances for Google Meet is consistent with a few concerns for sure, and it was equivalent to those competitors such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams.
One of the disadvantages of Google Meet is that it only allows users to share one screen. For example, only lecturer can share the screen to the student for learning purpose, but the students are not able to make a presentation if the lecturer is still sharing the screen. If we in the middle of an important meeting, this may seem like a time-consuming and frustrating process. After that, there was the problem of the blank presentation. A lecturer or anyone else who shared the screen with us using a Microsoft PowerPoint may experience a long delay in having their slide appear in the screen, due to the fact that lecturer and students will have to wait for the slide to move or until a blank slide appears on the screen. Lastly, not everyone is able to participate in Google Meet. This is due to the fact that Google Meet has a limit on the number of participants who can join in Google Meet. This will make it difficult for lecturers who have a large number of students and have to split a class into 2 sessions because of the limit of participants to join the Google Meet.
In conclusion, the drastic development of technology today has created various facilities for the world community, especially in the aspect of learning information delivery. For example, the existence of Google Meet and Google Classroom has created a relevant and efficient online learning environment. Today, where both of these platforms have their own function to deliver learning information. Therefore, with this learning platform, the level of learning can not only be done locally, but can also be done internationally, without having to buy a flight ticket to attend a learning program abroad, because it can be done by using online platform. With this facility, more positive effect will be gained, especially a country will be able to produce an internationally educated community that will be able to become a human developer, to become a competitive country on the global level.